My hair is crazy. It just does its thing. It's kind of like an explosion from my head. It's like a visual representation of what my thought process is like. It's just... So, slept last night too. Yeehaw. Probably going to take some raw fish eggs today, some raw liver, some tea. Drink a lot of tea. Oh, I should bring this upstairs so I can fill it up with more tea. But hair in my mouth. So, slept well last night. Feeling good. Feeling very good. I'm currently planning on doing a... So this is something interesting, is... Like, I always wonder, like, the degree to which I should tell... Or to the degree to which the systems that I am building benefit from me sharing all of my business ideas. I could say what I am doing. I could also say what I'm planning on doing. I could also talk about what I'm planning on doing 10 years from now, 15 years from now. I could also talk about what I'm planning on doing 20 years from now. I could talk about what I'm planning on doing 2 years from now. I could talk about the gym I'm planning on building. You know, like I could talk about all these things. I could talk about what I'm planning on doing next month. I currently don't have the viewership to the point where I think that telling people what I'm planning on doing would incite people to prevent me from doing that, but I also thought that I wasn't going to get any views in the last episode of the podcast, and now it's at like 600 views or something. But I still think it's just people watching the 1 minute of the podcast where you can see my feet, because I think that there's a lot of foot fetishists. I don't know, you know, like what is this whole system? What is this YouTube thing? This is something I'm going to be exploring in my videos. I'm going to be talking about what the hell is this YouTube thing? What's this thing where I have a business. I have several businesses. I got a lot of stuff that's none of your business. And I talk online. What is this? What's going on here? Where did I get these hands from? All good questions. So, as far as my plans go, why would I share my plans? Why would I not share my plans? So, one thing I have to do is start downloading my YouTube videos off of YouTube so I can store them. Storing. So, so right now my brain processes don't seem really at all damaged or enfeebled by not taking Adderall. I'm definitely more all over the place, but I like that because it means I can cover more things mentally by being all over the place. It's more things I'm thinking about simultaneously. You can see it in my eyes. I think that's my daughter's coming down right now. That is a box, April. April, can you go upstairs with Mama and change your dress so you can go to the park?
It smells fine.
Okay, I know it smells fine, but you have to go change your dress, though. So I will just talk as though she isn't here. And I will continue. And then, let me see. Upload videos to Rumble. So the benefits and cons of changing my strategy. So there's just a few things I find interesting. No, April, go upstairs. I'm making a video.
Dad, I want to tell you something.
April, I want you to go upstairs.
Dad fell off the bed.
Yes, when you were a little girl, you did fall off the bed. Now, can you go upstairs? You want a hug? Okay, and after I give you a hug, you promise to go upstairs and leave me alone to make the rest of the video, right?
And you can give me a hug?
But do you promise? Okay. Go upstairs. Go. Thank you, April Grace. Aw, what a great daughter I have. So there's a Roman general, I forget who, but someone asked him where they were going next, and he said, "My good man, if my cloak could tell you, I would burn it." And I think about this with regards to business. I think about, like, never let anyone know your next move. I think about the Jews and Israel. I'm not going to necessarily tie that idea into the rest of these ideas, but I think about it. I mean, how do these power systems work? The Jews are interesting because they're completely unique as an ethno-religious group. And all of their texts are commonly available. It's one reason I think about them, because you could just go look up the sacred texts of any religious group you want. Now you know their religious texts. So me sharing what I'm doing over YouTube is interesting because I don't think, like, none of the information I'm sharing, none of the business ventures that you could find out about through my online presence could hurt me. Like, there's really nothing you could find out online that could actually hurt me. But I wonder, though, about, like, some theoretical Moriarty who uses all of my information that I put out there in order to try to deconstruct my business and take me down or something. Like I say, only the paranoid survive, and sometimes they are out to get you. Just very occasionally throughout the course of human history, they are out to get you. So, but there's also the benefit of communicating ideas and allowing people to see how things play out over time, not making it look effortless. Like very much like recording, like Iron Man, Tony Stark recording his failures at the beginning of Iron Man. I think that's a really powerful scene. So I think that there are a few potential downsides. I mean, like, even if you were a hired lawyer that was hired to go through all of my videos to find something that you could possibly bring against me, I don't think you'd be able to do it. But I think about it. And then I think, well, could a lawyer use knowledge of what I was going to do to lay a trap for me? So this is sort of where I don't want to share too much of the information of what I'm doing, because I don't just want to make it completely easy for anyone to watch all of my videos and then figure out everything I'm going to be doing every step of the way and then anticipating that to hurt me. It just doesn't really... But then there's also the element of, isn't that true for any public figure or celebrity? Like, pretty much any public figure or celebrity, you could figure out enough information about them to go assassinate them if you want. Probably go assassinate their family as well. Let's just go down this rabbit hole. So you could probably figure out enough information on any public person to assassinate them, kidnap their family. Like, there's a lot of stuff you could do. And this is where attention becomes an interesting tool, because if I had that sort of attention on YouTube, that would come with a large ability to influence people, which would allow me to change strategies in certain ways so that I could be more strategic and less vulnerable to any sort of preempted attack, any sort of But at the same time, I am creating an in-depth psychological profile of myself online. But also at the same time, I always tell all of my jiu-jitsu and wrestling opponents exactly what I'm going to do to them before I do it, because I want them thinking about my game and not theirs. So you see the levels involved in what I share. It's a lot of thought that goes into this. So I will share this. Off of Adderall, my brain dials in instantly, auto-magically, on those areas that draw my mind the most. Like, I was in Manchester yesterday, and I was looking around Manchester. I was thinking to myself, you show up for a job interview in Manchester, and you just wake up 20 years later with a mortgage, 3 kids, and you don't know what the hell happened to you. Welcome to Manchester. That's the vibe I get from Manchester. I go to Boston. I get a different vibe from Boston. I get the vibe that there are decisions being made adjacent. I get a different vibe from New York. When I was growing up, I sold cookies on the side of the street. And I got a vibe as to which street corners would sell the most cookies. I was damn good at that. Then I went to college and experienced whole worlds of insanity there. Didn't sleep for a month. Lost my fucking mind. Just a little bit. Just normal. Losing your mind. Nothing crazy. But I had that happen. That was not fun. It's because they feeding me soybean oil while telling me all the food was soy free. I have a soy allergy, so I didn't sleep for a month. Ruined my health. And then, while in college, studying to become a doctor, studying all these things, I come to realize that I come to this understanding that I'm in Manchester. Couldn't put my finger on it at the time. Couldn't quite nail down how I knew I was in Manchester, but I was in Manchester. You're thinking, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I was in Manchester? What does he mean? I was in Manchester. I wasn't at the center of the action, and my brain was telling me that. It's telling me, get to the center of the action, Devin. It's where you belong. But I interpreted that as ADHD. I don't know that it was ADHD. Maybe it is. Maybe ADHD is the superpower of recognizing when you're not in the situation you should be in. Maybe very few of us are in the situations we should be in. So I go and I get diagnosed for ADHD. They give me a bunch of tests. Have to remember a bunch of different things. You read different things, and they ask you details about it, but like irrelevant details. Couldn't remember any irrelevant details. It's almost like my brain is designed to filter out irrelevant details. Sometimes at the expense of not noticing people's entire lives, careers, or fields of study, because they're irrelevant. And that's something I found even when I'm working on problems. Like, if you want me to solve a problem, it's hard to get me to solve the problem if it's irrelevant. It's hard to I can't adopt an irrelevant perspective. I just see through it. I'm just like, what the hell am I doing here? This doesn't make any sense. And I start staring at the wall, and I'm like, this paint was bought at Home Depot in 1973, and they haven't repainted the room since then. What's going on? Watson, we have a mystery on our hands. That is my brain. So what am I doing with that? What am I doing with this brain? planning a flyer campaign. A flyer campaign? But you already did that, Devin. You already did that for your Christmas light business. Oh, I did. I did do a flyer campaign for my Christmas light business, but this ain't fucking Christmas lights. Though it is coming up on Christmas. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am doing a flyer campaign around Christmas again. Why? Well, because I live near the capital of the world, New York City. And I think that this brain that sold cookies on the side of the street can sell a lot more than cookies. I think I can look at these people and I can read their minds. I think I've already made a line of supplements that's so damn good on every single level that people will eat them up. I think I've made a company mission, and a trajectory for the company and future products and product development that is so profound that when people are merely introduced to the tip of the iceberg of my ideas through a product line that they call supplements, that they'll just bend over backwards and orgasm. They're that good. I think that what I'm selling is so much more powerful than anyone has yet to realize that the only place to sell it is the place where people go to realize power. I'm going to go to New York. I'm going to hand out flyers. But I don't necessarily want to say, I don't know. I'm paranoid. Now I'm thinking, I wonder if someone's going to watch all these videos, figure I'm going to New York, figure out when I'm going to New York, and then try to show up and stab me to death and make it look like it was a crazy homeless person. That'd be challenging. Very challenging. I hope my brother gets it on video. Tune in tomorrow.